24 podcast, where lifelong friends Dean Legiro and Eric Kuber share their love of all things music and movies. Dean has directed short films and is a music trivia buff. And Eric, trained in audio engineering, brings his extensive knowledge of music and film to the conversation as they discuss, debate, and celebrate their favorite albums, films, and much more.
Welcome, friends, to me by myself right now. We're just waiting for Eric to jump in. We had some technical difficulties, and we're still having them. So hopefully we get it straightened out. I'm hearing an echo in my earphones. So if it sounds like I'm talking funny, I need to get rid of it. There we go. So welcome to the 3324 podcast Wednesday evening edition. Thank you for joining us live. Here's Eric. He's going to be coming back on momentarily. Say hello in the chat so we know that you're here. We can say hi to you. Hey, Kelly, how are you? She's joining us. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, very strange. We had a lot of technical difficulties. We had to basically cancel the stream and restart it. So that's kind of weird. And I'm actually on here twice for some odd reason. There we go. Hopefully that worked. Let's see if that worked. Nope, it did not. We're having all these weird issues. Sean Grady, how are you? Come on down. Elizabeth, welcome. Hello, hello. Zach, hello. Eric will be with us shortly. He's getting ready to join us. He's just kind of getting configured. And I'm having all kinds of weird difficulties, which is very strange. But again, don't know what's happening with that. Oh, there's me. I'm here again. It's very strange. Yeah, no, I was, Kelly, I was the one having the tech. We were having the tech issues on this side. So he's getting himself set. Let's see if he's ready.
Hello?
Are you ready?
I think so.
There he is.
Oh, here I am.
I unfortunately
Hello, everyone.
am hearing myself in my ear with a little bit of a delay. So, Eric, if you would just hold the fort down for a minute, and I'm going to duck out of the stream and try and fix it. So I'll be right back.
Yep. Good evening, everyone.
You have the con.
I have the con. Good evening, everybody. Glad to see everybody here. Let's see, who do we have tonight? Show chat. Hey, Beth. Sean Grady, I know, is here. Zach is here. Elizabeth's here. Yeah, we're really, we don't know what's going on tonight, guys. So sorry about that. Anybody see any good movies lately? Tonight's our game show night. We're supposed to be ready to go. I guess they had these kinds of problems on game shows, so I don't know. Well, there's Dean. I saw a little icon of Dean coming back. I don't know. I feel there he is.
Okay.
Are we
Can
back?
You hear me now?
Are we up?
Can you hear me
I can
now?
hear you. Fine.
All right. I think we got it.
Fine and dandy.
I made a boo-boo. Now we're back. We are back. Whoa. Okay. Chat is not supportive for the platforms you have selected. Okay, I'm having an issue now. Now I'm not seeing the stream. Oh, lordy. This is so weird. This is so strange. Okay. Okay, I don't know why I'm not seeing the chat anymore. Show chat.
Beth says we're in Mercury in retrograde. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
I tend to agree.
or streaming is a shit show. Either one of those you want to choose. It's one or the other.
And I had asked while you were away, anybody see any good movies? People were responding with Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Perhaps that has something to do with it too. Maybe I cursed us with.
Yikes. I'm not sure.
That says we see you on YouTube.
Yeah. And I'm sure that we're on It's just I'm not seeing the chats anymore. Very strange. All right, well, Eric, you'll be in charge of the chat. And just throw everything up on there so I can see it, because I can't see anything even in the side panel. So let's get to it. Let's not waste any more precious time because of our mess ups, or my mess ups, not ours.
Well, it happens.
So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Much appreciated. So tonight we're talking about your favorite game shows.
Hello, Andy. Sup, homie.
Put them up so I can say hi, because I don't know who's here. Thanks to anybody that downloaded or listened to our top 5 cult films. Are you putting? Is it up?
I could see the chats, but how do I put it up for you? I don't.
Oh boy, here comes tech support.
Yeah, tech support is here.
Is there a thing at the bottom to add it or no? No.
Don't think so.
No. Oh boy, this is a disaster. Okay, hang on. I think I know what I can do. Let's see. I can probably do this for.
No, he doesn't have the option.
I don't have the option.
He doesn't have the option.
Nope.
All right.
Probably because I'm the guest, I guess. I'm not the host.
I guess. All right. I have I have it up at least on face. I have Facebook up so I can see, but we're gonna see. This could be an interesting. You know what we're gonna do? Everybody, just hang on. Nobody disappear.
Hang out with me.
No, I'm talking about everybody on Facebook and YouTube. We need to disconnect and just reset, because we want to be able to interact with everybody in the right way. Okay. So just don't leave. Everybody, hang on 2 seconds. We're gonna exit out of this and we're gonna restart it. So just everybody, don't go away. We will be right back. So please hang with us. Don't leave. There we go. Okay. Hopefully I'm back. Can you see and hear me, anybody? Let me know. Hello again. So I'm back just to verify I can be seen and heard.
Eric joined.
Oh, there he is. I didn't even have to send him the link. All right, we're back.
Are we back?
Yes, we are. Just fix your camera. There we go. Okay. All the chats are back. Thank you so much. Let's get caught up. Oh, boy.
Did you get your adult beverage?
This was, I'm going to need one afterwards. This was supposed to be about game shows. It's more about shit show than game show at this point. So let me get caught up. Let me talk to everybody. So Elizabeth, hello, how are you? There we go, right? We're good.
Hello.
Come on down, Sean. We got you. And then, of course, Eric asked what movie everybody saw. And it seems like Doctor Strange, because that seems to be the only one. Andy, hopefully you're back with us. Thank you to everybody. If you checked out our top 5 cult films episode, our good friend Andrew, there was only one guy we were going to ask about that, is Andy. Because it was a subject tailor-made for this gentleman. And we're so happy that he joined us as well. Elizabeth, hello. Yes, sorry. She sees us on YouTube, so thank you so much.
Yes, Andy is here.
Yep, Andy is here.
Still with us.
There he is.
Yeah.
Check him out, Andrew Cremeen's art on Instagram. He's got a lot of great stuff going on there. I was going to wear the Metallica shirt, but I can only wear button-up shirts right now because of my shoulder surgery. So putting the Metallica, unless I cut the back like a hospital gown, I won't be able to. I don't want to ruin that shirt. Hello, Dwight. How are you?
Dwight Burke. Hello,
Sean. Thank you very much. Good episode.
Thanks for hanging out, Sean.
You know what? A quick question. Let me ask a quick question to everybody. We've got 7 people here, but this is good enough for a poll, because this is something Eric and I were talking about. Would the audience at large be interested in part 2 episodes to like our top 5? You know, like, for instance, our top 5 duets or our top 5 covers better than the original. Would they be interested in us revisiting those and doing even more, because those topics are, are wide ranging, and they also leave a lot of room to kind of revisit and go back into those episodes again. So let us know in the chat if you think that that's something that you would like us to do.
Wow. Absolutely.
Wow.
Zach says I'd be interested.
Zach, want to come on?
Yeah. So you're inviting people on.
Either way. No, well, he's saying
Okay.
he's interested, so maybe he's interested in coming on as well. I mean,
Well,
we'll take any guest we
I
can
feel
get.
like any top five, there's more to add. There's always more. It's never a definitive list to begin with. So
No,
I mean,
they're not. We call them top fives, but they're certainly not like written. We're not
certainly
writing them
not
in
my
stone.
top fives are top fives.
I'm
always subverting
Heston isn't holding them. Isn't holding them on each side. Our top five, so we're not.
Yeah.
We're not carving them in stone. So
Right.
Anyway, so what we're here. So tomorrow, let's talk about tomorrow. So tomorrow, real quick. We've got a new episode coming out, and this is the first time we're revisiting. Well, no, it's the same artist. We've revisited them. Now this is the second revisit, actually.
Actually, the third. This will be the third because
This is the third. So it's the second revisit, the third episode with them. Second time we've revisited them.
Okay. to put it succinctly. All right, there it is.
Our second revisit of the Beatles. So we're going back into the Beatles vault because I don't think we can have too much of a good thing in this case.
Right.
And our episode tomorrow will be Rubber Soul, which is
Excellent.
I make the case for it being probably the best of the Beatles albums. So join us for that, won't you? That'd be a great time. Kelly is saying she thinks different topics, but loved the top 5 format. In our Rubber Soul episode, a little preview, Eric and I, we recorded it during the day, actually in the morning, which is the first time we ever did that. And it was just before lunch. So we actually started talking about diners. So maybe we could do top 5 diner menu items.
And maybe I think
which
we
would
might be
fun.
slightly more coherent too. I think this episode came out so good. I think it could be a regular thing. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we might have to. No, we're not laminating the top 5. We can't. Nothing is ever forever, right?
No.
Or maybe we should do like Lucas and just say, hey, we're going to do a
always just-
special edition of our top 5.
Keep tampering with them.
We're going to redo it. So what we're talking about tonight is game shows. We've got some prizes. We'll be giving those away. So let me share. I hope this works. Let me share the screen. And we'll show you what the prize is. It's not a big thing, but it is something fun, and it does have to do with game shows. So let's do that. Let's get a tab going here, and we're going to do 3 winners tonight. We're going to give away 3 of these because it is it's affordable, and it's pretty neat. So I'm gonna put it up on the screen, and then I'm going to scroll through, and you can let us know. So tonight we're going to be giving away 3. Of these, it's a jumbo card game, and it's actually pretty fun because there's 4 different types. I'll hover my mouse over it so you can see, but you also you download an app with it to play the game as well. So you can choose from tonight, if you're a winner, you could choose the Press Your Luck Deluxe combo jumbo card game. Sorry, Deal or No Deal, Jeopardy, and if Grady wins, we know what he's taking. Or you could do Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so 4 classic shows from multiple eras: Press Your Luck, Deal or No Deal, Jeopardy, or Wheel of Fortune. So
No,
that's
Sean,
tonight's
we're
prize.
not quite there yet. The 3324 home edition.
Yeah, it would just be a box that's empty because we got nothing.
Yeah, you just need to,
It would, you know what it would be? It would just
take your pick.
You open it, and it's just a mess of stuff because we're so disorganized that we got no clue.
Hey,
But we do have trivia. So let's pick up the pace a little bit because it's already 20 after. We kind of took a lot of our guests' time in getting this straightened out.
very sorry.
So let's start off with a trivia question, then we'll start talking about some game shows. And this was an interesting trivia question. And it's somewhat obscure, but I think it's very, very gettable. So first question out of the gate. On this 90s game show, contestants sat in reclining leather chairs and answered questions about pop culture. Whoever was in last place at the end of a round was pulled through a hole in the wall of the fake basement studio. What was that game show? It was in the 90s. Contestants sat in recliners and answered questions about pop culture. Whoever was in last place at the end of the round was pulled through a hole in the wall. So let's let the hey, Ray Fry is here too. Hey Ray, how are you? We'll let the answers dribble in.
We got 3 so far, 3 responses,
and we'll see where we're at with it, and we'll start off with that. I thought it's a nice place to start. So
yeah,
no 3324 home edition right now, but Eric and I were just talking, and the reason why we ran late, which just started all the dominoes tumbling, is we're going to be setting up a proper trivia night with 3 rounds. You're going to score it yourself. We'll have some nice prizes. Let's see, was that a cable show? Did they have cable in the 90s? I don't know. Was cable back then? Or did you have to stand in front of the TV and turn the dial? Which was it? It was a cable show.
I know where you were living.
I was living in a cave. We've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 4. Well, oh no, I'm seeing stuff doubled now. There we go.
Sean Grady is even giving the
Sean Grady is giving
hosts
hosts and co-hosts.
He's confident.
So the correct answer is remote control.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely remote control. And actually Adam Sandler got his start there too. He was like a side character. They would have these side characters come out. And Adam Sandler was one of like the side characters that used to come out. So he got his start there as well. Sean Grady goes for the throat with Ken Ober and Colin Quinn as the hosts. They also had Kari Wurer was one of the hosts. She was like the female host, and I think they kind of circulated. There was another, I think another one was first. I think her name was Marisol or something like that.
Yeah.
So they had that going through, and it was just it was a game show for that, for Gen X. It was that type of a thing. It was it was irreverent. It was hip. It was targeted towards that demographic, at the time in the 90s. So it was very, Sean Grady, Marisol. See, he remembers too.
Kari, Marisol.
He remembers too.
We know these women's names.
Yeah, and Colin Quinn got his start there. He was, a stand-up comedian. No one knew of him, but he was like the, cigarette smoking, like gruff, kind of Colin Quinn Eric always reminded me of your brother Matt.
Yeah, I can see that. He's a straight New Yorker.
Rough,
he's a big New York,
with the cigarette and the wisecrack. So that was
certainly. I mean, a lot of these guys. There's SNL there's no shortage of game show parodies on SNL too. So that's
and one of the
stuff happening.
One of the categories was dead or Canadian.
Yeah,
and the answer is Neil Peart.
Yeah, yeah,
both. Too soon?
Wow.
John Candy?
John Candy. Oh my God.
Too soon?
Well, he's been gone for a while, so we might let that one.
And he's Canadian.
Yeah. Anyway, so you guys, okay, so obviously the topic is game shows. So what do you guys, let's hear from you guys. What's some of your favorites? Do you have favorites? So what did you grow up with?
Yeah.
What was your living room like? Hello, Christy.
Yeah, you make a good point, Eric. I think most of us were exposed to game shows as children.
Yeah.
That our parent, like if you're home during the day or home in the afternoon as well, was now
those summer days when we couldn't go outside and do anything, we had to sit and watch
or just after school
shows with my grandparents and that kind of thing.
So it was kind of like our parents had the control of the TV in the morning, and even after school there was some game shows as well. I mean back then, daytime TV was game shows and soap operas. Those were like that was the thing. There would be a block of game shows in the morning, then 11, 12 o'clock till 3 or 4 would be like soap operas, and then you'd have a couple of more game shows, and then like the news would be on.
That's right.
So let's see what we got. Can't stay home sick without The Price is Right. Come on down, right? Bob Barker, staple.
A lot of people watching game shows while they were sick. I see a response from Andy. I see a response from Sean in that.
Sean staying home from school when I was sick. It was ginger ale, saltines, Jello, and game shows.
Yeah.
Dwight, Joker's Wild. Let's make a deal. Beat the clock. Those are great ones. Andy, I just know if I was watching Price is Right, I was sick on the couch and drinking Sprite. Now, this leads me to a question. Everyone seems to be sick. So were you getting sick from watching did it make you sick to watch it? Is that how awful that show was, that you would watch
I think
it?
it's just the time of day it's on, because those shows typically came on at like 10, 11 o'clock in the
11
morning,
o'clock.
if I'm not mistaken.
Card
So
Sharks?
you had to be home from school if it wasn't the summer to see that stuff. But then again, in the summer, it was reruns, right? They weren't really first
they didn't
run
go.
then
They didn't go
either.
all the
So,
time.
Yeah.
Zach always watched Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Jeopardy as well for Ray. $10,000 pyramid, which then became like the $25,000
love that
pyramid,
one.
and I think it became
Yeah.
the 100. I think.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Berg, I watched every day before The Bold and the Beautiful and The Young and the Restless. Why do these soap operas have like two names, like The Bold and the Beautiful, The Young and the Restless? I'm like The Old and the Broke.
Hollywood Squares, yes. The Gong Show. We got
the
a couple
Gong
of
Show.
those. Yeah. That was late. That was nighttime, though. That was
At night,
prime
it's Wheel of
time.
Fortune and Family Feud.
Yeah.
Gong Show, Hollywood Squares. Now it's now it's Jeopardy every night, and I know that for a fact because Sean will text me screenshots of some of the questions when there's an ELO question, he'll text me that, or if it's a historical one, he'll text me and to see if I know it. And I'm usually like, dude, I don't know it, and then he's like, it was Nathan Hale. Or he
You got
text
some.
me, so he
so
absolutely knows it.
You guys got some inside thing going on, right? Back and forth.
Yeah, well, they seem
cool.
to do ELO a lot with those clues, so they're always up there. So
If
millionaire
you
region
don't know
with
what that
regions.
is, by the way, that little tingle in the background. Dean got himself a bell, so every time we mention Jeff Lynne or Lindsey Buckingham on our shows, we have our reminder that
mention
because
who?
our ELO or Fleetwood Mac, or if it's Lindsay, which we bring up a lot in our
There you
show.
go.
So there it is. So
We needed something to commemorate it.
he went out of his way to get a bell and do that. So yeah.
What I really like, the kind of game shows I gravitate towards are the ones with celebrities. Like I like the pairing of like a Joe off the street that has to interact with a celebrity. Be it Hollywood, and two of the most risque were Hollywood Squares and Match Game.
Yeah.
The shit they got away with on Hollywood Squares with Paul Lynde, the innuendos on that show were just off the charts. And the contestants like, hey, Paul,
Yeah, it was
and
always
he's saying something really subversive, and he's like, that laugh that he would have.
And it was always the same. What was it? Brett Summers. It was Jack Klugman's wife at the time.
on Match Game.
Match Game. Well, she was also on Hollywood Squares for a time. But,
it was just like
they changed them out. But it was fun.
And then Match Game took it to like the next degree with like questions of Tiny Tim has a small violin but a huge blank.
And
then it's like violin bow.
What always annoyed me about that show was Gene Rayburn's microphone. I always hated that.
I loved it.
I hate that little thin thing with that little dot on the top.
You just killed another trivia question.
What did I?
You literally killed a trivia question. Which game show host used a super slim microphone?
Wow. Okay. Sorry. I'm ahead of the game.
That's two shows in a row. He killed my trivia question with Star Wars as well.
up.
So I got to stop showing him the questions, I guess. Christy
up.
says,
No.
I remember Let's Make a Deal and Price is Right being a lot. I never actually enjoyed watching them, though. My fondest memory of those daytime shows is Sit, Ubu, Sit. Good dog commercial. Okay, speaking of Let's Make a Deal, I got another trivia question, and then Eric will roll out a couple. Mm-hmm. Speaking of Let's Make a Deal, when did Let's Make a Deal debut? What was the first year Let's Make a Deal premiered? And that was a very interesting show because it became about people dressing up in costumes. First of all, right? If you could dress up in the most garish or interesting costume, you'd get picked.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the show, when all the contestants had won, Monty Hall would go through the audience and say, hey, does anybody have an expired library card? If you have it, I'll give you $10. And everybody's like rummaging through their purse. Do you have a pair of nail clippers? And people are rummaging through their purse. So let's get some dates up here. Let's see. We've got 1964. Mm-hmm. We've got 1962 so far. Any other guesses? When did Let's Make a Deal begin? 1971. with Monty Hall.
Mm.
Who else? Anybody else want to take a crack at that?
1965.
Where's 65? I'm not seeing that. Oh, there it is. Elizabeth,
Elizabeth
1975, 1965.
$1.
Kelly bids $1. I bid $1.01. I bet a dime. I bet a dime. You can't smoke them. That was from Cuckoo's Nest. When Danny DeVito would bet, instead of betting a dime for the cigarette, or whatever, he'd break it in half.
I bet
it was like 20. The cigarette was 20 cents. He goes, I bet a dime. Because you can't bet a dime. She can't go over. Smart move. That's the guess when you don't know. The guess is when you don't know is $1.
Is $1.
I did not know
there you
that.
go.
Even when we're talking about years, so maybe it's year one. Let's make a deal. Dwight got it. 1963 was the debut of Let's Make a Deal. So that was always one of those shows that was on, and kind of from the beginning, or one of those ones that was early on and kind of made it into the 70s and probably into the 80s, like I said, when everyone's kind of home or homesick or home during the summer, and the parents got You Bet Your Life does go way back. That goes way back to the 50s. Mm-hmm. So another great one as well. So for me, that whole dynamic of contestant and celebrity was always interesting. And there's a great documentary about Match Game. I think it's on Prime or one. No, I think I saw it on YouTube actually. And they would film like 3 shows a day at Match Game, and you could always tell which shows were filmed later in the day because they would get progressively more and more drunk. So as the day went on, like when they go to their lunch break, they'd go to lunch and they'd be drinking, like Charles Nelson Riley and all of them.
When everybody was drinking.
So they came back a little more, a little more spry, a little more snappy because they would be hitting it, like all these celebrities would be drinking afterwards. So that's kind of interesting.
It is.
Double Dare, that was on that was Nickelodeon. That was a kids game show, right, with the slime. Mm-hmm. Right now, that was again, taking the game show thing and putting it towards kids, which I think, the first one might have been maybe Wonderama. Because that was kind of like a game show, Wonderama, in the 70s with Bob McAllister, where you'd have all the kids like in the studio, and they'd have to come down and do different things and, figure out which can had the snake in it or whatever, and kind of do stuff like that.
Yes, there was a really good documentary about
good one for Price is Right. I saw that one. It's called the documentary is called The Perfect Bid, and the guy sat there and would watch all the shows. He would make an Excel spreadsheet with the prizes and he would check the prices, and he was able almost down to the dollar.
Yeah, he would remember
to predict, and he got on the show I think 2 or 3 times because he kept going and eventually got on and won, and. Like the producers were in a panic because the guy just came on, or he would show up in the audience and he got so well known that people that were playing the game
it took him quite a while to actually get on the show, but he would be helping out other contestants because he would never get picked. Yeah, and then finally he did get picked.
He finally made it up. Right. Andy, tying our cult films episode in, I remember there was a heavy metal episode, this is heavy metal in genre, not in movie. Heavy metal episode of Remote Control, and Charlie Benanti from Anthrax won because everyone else was an idiot because they don't know metal. How could you not know metal in the 90s? You had no choice but to.
Well, that's like Jeopardy, right? You get these contestants on Jeopardy. The most popular stuff, and they're just blown away. Like they don't know questions about Billy Joel. Yeah, famous artists, and they have no clue because they're so they're such bookworms.
So, do you have a trivia question?
I do actually, and this actually the date of the of your trivia question pertains to this episode, so I guess I'm probably giving one of them away, but my question is, what TV show featured not one but 2 famous game shows with those hosts, and they were both featured on this TV show?
Say that again.
There was a TV show, and this was the early 70s, that featured not one but 2, where the characters were on not one but 2 famous game shows. This wasn't a made-up game show. These were actual game shows that they had the actual hosts on on the shows themselves, guest starring. So the characters of the shows, the characters in the show were on these two game shows. And what game show?
So what
TV show is
what
that?
TV show is it? Got it. And then what are the game shows?
And then the second part of the question is, what are those game shows?
Got it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you didn't have to worry about me saying that and messing up your question.
No, but
so we've got Seinfeld. We've got The Odd Couple.
Mm-hmm.
We've got The Odd Couple. And we're waiting for some more. We're waiting for some. Password and Let's Make a Deal are the two shows. We got someone guessing the show, the game shows without guessing the show. So we've got a little bit of both there.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got? Anybody else? Name
the TV show and name the two game shows that are featured on the show.
Interesting. It's not Law and Order. Lenny Briscoe was on.
Are we done?
We got it seems like it's going to be The Odd Couple.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Yeah, Zach, I think he came on first, and he did guess the two game shows. So yes, it was Password
and Let's Make a Deal.
Alan Ludden and Betty White, and there was Let's Make a Deal with Monty Hall.
Wow.
So, and Monty Hall also came back for another episode, which didn't feature their game show, but they were doing another thing. And Richard Dawson also guest appeared on the show as well.
He took off from Hogan's Heroes.
Right. But he played. This was something different. It wasn't.
Joseph Vincent, welcome aboard. Joseph said also put Password in as one of his guesses. Joseph, you're in the Wheel of Names. If you've never been here before, you've got an opportunity to win a fun prize tonight relating to game shows. So thank you for joining us, Joseph. By all means, jump in. We've got some more trivia and some more memories to come. So the answer was Odd Couple, and then Password and
Let's Make a Deal.
Let's Make a Deal.
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, Password. It was always a fun game too, because that was one of those those shows with the kind of like the pyramid. It's like a celebrity. Yeah. It's like a celebrity and a person together, like teamed up, which was I always liked that dynamic.
And Betty White was always a fixture on the show because she married Alan Ludden.
To Alan Ludden. Yep.
And,
she was great.
But she was always on, but they always had another guest.
Yep.
Celebrity guest, and then the two players. But
going back to Sean, Wheel of Fortune had prize rooms. I remember that, where you could spend your winnings on the air. Mm-hmm. I've got a trivia question about that. Who was the original Wheel of Fortune host? Who was the original host of Wheel of Fortune? And if you want a bonus point, when did that debut on NBC? So who was the original Wheel of Fortune host? And what year did it debut on NBC? And it was on during, we know it as a nighttime show, but I believe it was a daytime. It was daytime back then.
Yeah.
And Family Feud is known as a nighttime show, but that was like a mid-afternoon. Ralph Burnett, what? I don't think so. Merv Griffin, no. I believe Merv Griffin.
Sean's answer was so specific.
I know
he might
that
be
you
correct.
would think he's right. He's trying to gaslight us. Merv Griffin developed the show. It was a Merv Griffin production. Let's see. Joseph is saying 68 for when it debuted. 1950. We've got 82. Pete Best. 62. Well, Pete Best was the original host of the Beatles. He was the drummer. He was the kicker.
He was the kicker.
From what, Ace Ventura?
Ray Fry.
So I'll give you the first part. Wheel of Fortune debuted in 1975. So its pedigree is not like one of those ancient ones. It was kind of a new idea. Who was the original host? I remember who the original host was because that's how long ago I watched it, or maybe that's how old I am, perhaps.
You know what? I remember the original host, but
he went on. I don't know if I give you if I give you a hint, it's going to give it away. I can give a really good hint. It'll give it away. How about this? I'll give a visual hint. Right? I'm going to give you a visual hint, so everyone has to watch me. Here's your visual hint about who the host was. Okay, we'll be back in 2 and 2.
Okay. Timmy
Not
Costello.
Ray Combs. Ray Combs was the he was after Richard Dawson on Family Feud. Unfortunately, he took his own life. Phil Donahue, no, he had his own thing going. He was all by himself. He was good. No clue, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
You stumped everybody. See,
This one, I didn't think this one was that hard. Okay, let me put it this way. He was the host of Love Connection as well. Remember Love Connection?
yep.
Where they'd bring the guy out or the girl out and they'd talk and then have like the 3 dates and the people would vote on them.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Marshall, that was Hollywood Squares, was Peter Marshall. And he had the thankless job of wrangling all those celebrities.
Peter Marshall made the rounds, though. He was on a couple.
Yeah, Grady got it. Chuck Woolery
Yep.
was the first host. Kind of looked like Jeffrey Hunter a little bit.
Yes, he did. He had that.
Chucky,
He had
and
that
as
perfect hair.
Dwight is on first name terms, he's Chucky Woolery.
Yep.
So yeah, Chuck Woolery was the first host of Wheel of Fortune from 1975. Just for everybody that's just joining us now, we're going to be giving away 3 prizes tonight. They're not the most expensive ones, but you still can win something. Let me put it up on the screen. You've got your choice. We're going to be giving away these jumbo card classic TV card games, and you've got your choice of Press Your Luck, or you can select Deal or No Deal. You could select Jeopardy, or you could select Wheel of Fortune, and they're jumbo size cards, and then you also download the app to help you buzz in. So it'll be a nice family fun night for that. So we're going to give away 3 of those. Jeez Louise. How can we do that? How can we do that? So I guess we should probably maybe pivot towards, well, we talk about a lot of the older stuff, right? And I think nowadays, like the game shows are, like the standby. Everybody I think there's 3 last men standing from the classic era is Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, and Family Feud.
Yeah.
Like those are the ones that have, I think, well, Price is Right too with Drew Carey. I mean, that's still going as well. Mm-hmm. But as far as like in the public consciousness, everyone talks about Jeopardy still. Everyone talks about Family Feud. And Wheel of Fortune. I think those are the big ones that are still kind of hanging in there. But back in the day, it was like they would try anything. They would try any type of like idea. Like someone said, Card Sharks, Joker's Wild, which was like a slot. You'd pull the slot machine and the cards would come up. I mean, all kinds of crazy stuff. Like I said, the pyramid. So it seems to have kind of settled into this groove of these are the 3 big ones. They probably get all the ratings. People like to watch Steve Harvey with his, half of it is his reactions to the answers. The Jeopardy is still the people like that serious trivia. Sean went to a taping of Wheel of Fortune when it was in New York City, probably about 15 years ago. Wheel
Nice.
of Fortune. Steve Harvey makes me laugh so much. Ray, you're saying you're saying that Woolery did Pyramid also? I know it was Dick Clark, right? Was the main one, and maybe Bill Cullen might have been on Pyramid.
Woolery
as well.
might have done Pyramid at one point. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Isn't there? I think there was, Joseph. I think there was a reboot of Tell the Truth, because they also rebooted Match Game with Alec Baldwin a couple of years ago, and they tried to. I don't think you can get away with Match Game anymore with what it was. Like the stuff they were getting away with, the innuendo was just so thick.
Yeah, right.
That I don't, to try and that's something that was lightning in a bottle to replicate. So.
But that was from the people themselves, and nowadays it's more like it's scripted. It's more like you got to watch.
Of course you need to be careful, but that was what was so great about Match Game is it was so clever. There's the double entendre.
A lot of it was improv. A lot of it was just like you say, they were pretty like half in the bag half the time.
they were having belts for lunch and then coming back really loose and ready to have fun. You're not going to get that anymore. And they're smoking on the set too. Like Charles Nelson Riley had the pipe in his mouth half the time, and Brett Summers smoking a cigarette. You really don't see that anymore, and you're not going.
And then you had, of course, you had, Family Feud, which was also, I guess, a problem for a lot of people was Richard Dawson always kissing every single female contestant. That's
problematic now.
You cannot get away with today at all. But that was, nobody, it was a thing. That was just his thing. That was what he was known for.
And the big thing with that is he was so big on Match Game. He was so popular that he got Family Feud because of that. Yeah. He wasn't happy with the contract at Match Game, and you could see there's a lot of clips of Richard Dawson being really just nasty to people too, because he really wasn't happy towards the end on Match Game, and it was really kind of coming through. Are you smarter than a 5th grader who was popular in his day, right? Jeff Foxworthy made me question my education. Yeah, I'm afraid of that show because I'm like, he's asking like, what's the, what's the fifth element on the periodic table? I'm like, I don't know. And the kid's like, Mercury. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So Sean's Grady's saying, I guess Dawson would kiss on the lips so often, and Kelly's like, yeah, that's
Pretty
not
gross.
Good.
Yeah.
That's no good.
So it's just annoying. It's just annoying to watch.
Yeah.
Even as a kid, for me, it was like, come on with the kissing already. Let's get on with the game.
It seemed innocent at the time, but then when you look back, it's like this dude was kissing everybody. Like literally, like that was his deal.
Yeah.
But we can certainly move on from there. Do you have another trivia question?
I do. It's
Let's
really
roll out.
easy. This is very, very simple.
He's gonna toss a wiffle ball across the plate. Everyone, get your bat out.
What groundbreaking entertainment show launched the careers of Carrie Underwood and Kelly Clarkson?
Ooh. Is
And
that
it's
a game?
still
Is that a game show?
Well, it's listed.
Is it a
in
game
the-
show?
Yeah,
It's
it's
boron.
a competition. I guess I would, it's boron.
That's the fifth element on the periodic table. Yeah. Roll them in. I have to admit, for a while, I watched this show probably for 3 or 4 seasons straight.
Yeah.
In its heyday. It was very compelling. It was, wow, like, let's see.
Because it was only one of its kind. I guess I guess it started in Britain, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Simon Cowell started it there, but then he brought it to America, and then
Yes,
it did
because
went back to Britain. Yeah.
Because it was in Britain, they could not call it American Idol, but that's what it's called here, is American Idol. So we've got Sean, we've got Joseph, we've got Elizabeth, we've got Zach. Timmy says, no, I'm not partaking in that. American Idol.
Too easy.
Kelly. Then Timmy decided, you know what? It's American Idol. Timmy had a change of heart and sang along, depending on the artist that they would get.
Yeah.
It was, and then it got too, it just got too far, and then they canceled it, right? And then they brought it back again.
They brought it back, but now you have all these other shows.
Yeah, America's Got Talent. You've got that where people are just kind of all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah. The Voice.
Property Sisters, is that a reality show, or is Property Sisters a game show?
I think it's some of these kinds of shows. They do roll out this competition thing. So
yeah, it's kind of a hybrid.
Yeah.
And then Sean is saying the fifth element is actually Bruce Willis and Mila Jovovich, and he never saw it, and you don't know what you're missing.
Wow.
This is the 25th anniversary of it, so we'll be doing an episode.
Dean has a high opinion of it. I don't.
If we're going competition shows, Fear Factor, my mom and I would watch Big Brother for the cringe. I think the gold standard in reality competition shows, I don't think I've ever watched an episode, has to be Survivor.
Yeah.
That was like the gold standard for that first thing of scheming and you have to work together, but then you have to go against each other and
right.
And maybe that's not maybe a good thing, because it started to bring out the worst in people. You started to see really shitty people.
Oh my God.
On TV.
Well, you'd be surprised what they still got going on today. I mean, Kelly and I, we watched some pretty trashy stuff, and it's still there. It's still, Selling Sunset, for example. It's there's real estate, and it's ridiculous.
So, Top Chef. Yes, gotta love Survivor, right? The different tribes, and they'd have to, and then it was that show Wipeout, which I think was originally a Japanese show. With the big obstacles just kind of coming out and wailing on you and knocking people into like the dirty water.
It was hilarious.
People had watch parties for Survivor. It was a big thing. It was such a big thing.
Yeah.
Supermarket Sweep, Shop Till You Drop, which you didn't watch. What is there's actually, the funny thing is there's actually a couple of channels now devoted to these old game shows that you could just sit and watch. Actually, besides channels. So Game Show Network and Buzzer are 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
But if there's a free app, and if you've got like a smart TV or whatever, it's called Pluto TV. It is a fantastic app. I recommend everybody get it. It's free. There's no obligation. They have channels where it's just episode after episode of The Price is Right, from like the Bob Barker years from the 80s. So if you want to watch that classic stuff. And then another channel is just another classic game show of all the old episodes. And then another channel is just all Happy Days, but beyond that. But Pluto TV, it's a great app. If you got a smart TV, just add it to your Roku or whatever. GSN. Wipeout was hilarious, which was, and then I think the next evolution of Wipeout, I think, is American Ninja Warrior. So they took the obstacle course thing, but then they took it seriously of, okay, we want people that, we're going to really put you through some things and make you jump and leap and crawl, and actually not even crawl. Everything was aerial. And I used to like watching that American Ninja Warrior, whatever it was called. You get to see some really fit specimens, and then you look at yourself and you feel like, wow.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, you had to be on this and that particular, which I like the other show better, because you just had some guy who was not particularly in great shape and just trying to do this thing, and it's fun. It's fun to watch regular people just do
do stuff. So Sean Grady is throwing a gauntlet down. He's saying to Christy, it's going to be a battle between YouTubers and Facebookers, a la the Sharks and Jets. So maybe we need to do our own game show of our people that watch on YouTube versus the people that watch on Facebook. I think there's already some gauntlets being thrown down. American Gladiators, that was like the pro wrestling of like that kind of thing. People, Laser and Blaze, and they had all these like crazy names, and it came out like in like this like really tight and small spandex. Just a very interesting show.
Well, how about Battle of the Network Stars?
I love that.
Remember that? Well, and I think everybody who was ever interviewed that took part on that show hated the experience. They we just did not like doing this. But it was a thing. It was,
and that was fun. Back in the 70s. And then alongside that, which was another show, we'll stay in the 70s just for a brief detour. There was another one called The Superstars, and it was the same thing, but it was with sports figures like athletes. So they would have them like, a baseball player and a football player like racing each other or cycling or doing all those, all that kind of stuff there. So Christie's, we've got a sub conversation going here between the YouTubers and the Facebookers. Christy's saying nobody puts baby in the corner. You're on, Mofo. So there seems to be a rivalry between the YouTube faction watching and the Facebook faction watching that is brewing.
And what's this?
I'm going to be like Sweden. I'm going to stay neutral. So I've got another question. Here it is. This is a Family Feud question. What's the total amount of points needed to win the Fast Money round? How many total points do you need to win that final round?
Ooh, that's a good one. Wow.
While we're waiting, Andy says one of his favorite shows from the 2000s was Most Extreme Elimination, that took Ninja Warrior type shows from Japan and redubbed the Japanese to incorrect comedy English. Yeah, the Japanese game shows are just crazy. They're just off the hook with the stuff that people would do. It was closer to Fear Factor. Wow. Okay, we've got a lot of answers coming in. We've got a 300. Sean, are you talking about the film?
No, I think he's
300 because that if you're say yes because otherwise your answer is wrong. We've got 42 as the number of points needed. We've got 30 as the total number of points needed to win the final round.
Sean, I blew it.
Yeah, you did. But then he bounced back with the right answer. So let's see who had the first right answer. We'll go back up to here. The first correct answer was Mr. Joseph Vincent with 200. 200 points was needed. Elizabeth right behind. Sean eventually kind of came into it, woke up. Kelly, 200. Dwight, of course, no doubt, 200 as well. And then Timmy with 300 as well. So this is not Sparta. This is Family Feud. Do you have another question? You got another one loaded?
Actually, I'm done.
You're just done? What?
I just had the two. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I did have an extra one, but that one.
Okay.
Why don't
we give a prize away?
You're more like a game show host. I hope so.
Let's give a prize away then.
We're not quite there yet. We're almost there. We're getting there. Since Eric is winding this down, he's going to probably go eat dinner, I'm guessing.
I've already ate.
You already ate? Okay.
I'm not whining anything. I could go on all night.
Here's a good question. Let's see if anybody can put this out there. There's a couple. Actually, there's two answers to this. So Kelly's saying, what was the game with the married couples? And I absolutely, I know what the first, I know what Kelly's thinking of, but there is a second answer. There's a second answer. And Kelly's saying they always talked about making whoopee.
Yeah, Dwight got it.
On your
And
wedding
Sean got
night,
it.
on your wedding night, when it was time to make whoopee, and then they would just kind of, he would ask, we've got a lot. Everybody's got this one. And to answer Kelly's question, it was the newlywed game.
Yep.
With Bob Eubanks. Sean got it. Dwight, Christy, Tim, and Joseph as well. Well done. The newlywed game. There is a second show that featured married couples, but they were celebrities. Does anybody know what that show was? And it was hosted by Bert Convy, who was one of my favorite hosts. I love Bert Convy, the late Bert Convy.
I don't remember that.
It was with celebrity couples. Eubanks' head was on the giant Pez dispenser remote control. See, we just brought it all the way back to the very first question. Wow. Right. You know what? Joseph, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait for more. Joseph got it. Christy got it. That's got me. See, I went deep on that one, and I'm proud to say that.
But
Joseph,
I didn't realize it was celebrity couples.
Yeah, Tattletales was celebrity couples where they would it was different. Kelly, it was different couples. Like they would have like each week they would have like 3 sets of couples. So it was like William Shatner and his wife, Steve Allen and his wife, whoever. So what they, the husbands would go off stage and they'd put headphones on and they would ask wives the question like, do you think your husband does he make the bed or not? And then they'd bring they put the husbands back in and say, oh, okay. Do you make the bed or not? And he would answer, and they would try and guess what the answer was. So that was Tattletales, which
or
I
Name
really
Your
liked.
Boo from Parks and Rec, right?
What's that?
Aziz Ansari did a little parody on that. It was Name Your Boo, with Chris Pratt and Audrey Plaza, in Parks and Rec. That was fun. So I guess that was a little take on that. But
I just dropped my ear monitor. Sorry. Hang on 1 second. As if stuff hasn't gone wrong enough tonight.
launched Jenny McCarthy's career. Yeah.
Which did?
Probably Tattletales, right?
No.
Is that what he's talking about?
She was on that dating show, Jenny McCarthy.
Oh. Okay. Singled Out? Is that the name of it? Okay.
I think this broke.
MTV.
With Chris Hardwick was the host of that.
Okay.
Was the host of Singled Out. So cool. Yeah, Singled Out, that launched her career, was Singled Out, and that was kind of like the millennial dating game type show where they would kind of bring people on and try and, can't remember last week. You can't remember last week. You're supposed to remember the 70s.
Yeah.
The Masked Singer, is that a game show? I mean, what, who it's interesting. It's entertainment. Christy, I wasn't texting. I was trying to fix my other earbud. It came out and it broke. But yeah, what is the Masked Singer? Because it's a competition, right, to see who wins. But these are all celebrities anyway. So are they really? What are they getting? I've never watched.
I've never seen it.
Do they donate stuff at the end? Whoever wins, does something go to charity, or is it just hey? I'm
assuming you have to guess who the mystery singer is, judging from.
Well, yeah, and then what? It's like okay. Grady's got a question. What? And look at the question, because I think context counts. What game show? Right, he put it in quotes. Did Ron Goldman appear on prior to tragically losing his life with Nicole Brown Simpson? What game show, quote unquote, did he appear on? Anybody want to take a crack at that?
Christy, technically The Hunger Games is a game show. So was The Running Man. Remember that? Richard
That's
Dawson.
right. That was what Richard Dawson.
Yeah, Richard Dawson was,
Are you a farmer? Here's a couple of acres. They kicked him in the nuts.
Yeah, that was a brutal movie, man.
There's a couple of acres. Joseph Vincent saying The Dating Game? I don't think that was around then. At the time, it was obviously back in the 70s, but Ron Goldman, that was OJ was like 95, 96, right?
Yeah, but they brought it back though.
They did?
Game.
Okay.
They did.
Yeah, they
was
had
it?
that show Studs. That was like the
Yeah.
dating game as well.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, give us the answer. We won't put it up yet, but give us the answer so we have it. Actually, if he puts it up, everybody on Facebook will see it. So sorry.
Elizabeth says the 3 judges have to guess who the singer is based off the clues.
That's the Masked Singer.
That's the Masked Singer.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is the Masked Singer. Studs is. Oh, I wasn't even guessing.
Studs is correct.
I was just talking about the dating game. I wasn't even talking about Studs.
Well, there you go. I'll see.
Oh, Chrissy saying, "Now wasn't it Studs?" Yeah, go ahead, jump in on it after I guessed it.
Dean's very pleased with himself.
Occasionally, you have to be, right? I mean,
Of course.
which is what I just said. So, let's see. I think I've got one more. I've got one more trivia question. It's an easy one, and we've already even talked about it, but we'll see. Yeah, everybody will get it, but it's a fun one, and then we'll start winding it down because we did keep everybody a little bit late because of our technical difficulties. Before I give you the last question of the evening, though, tomorrow we've got a new episode coming out. It is the Beatles' 6th album, Rubber Soul. And I advocate strongly that it could be the Beatles' best album. If you disagree, listen to the episode anyway, and then you'll find out why you're wrong. But other than that, you can kind of check out the episode anyway.
he's calling you out, throwing it down.
He passed away in '94, Ron Goldman, so it was right around that time. So yeah, check out that episode. And of course, we still have the top 5 cult films with our good friend Andrew Cremines, who was on the stream earlier. You can check him out at Andrew Cremines Art on Instagram. Give him a follow if you would. It would be really great. That was a fun episode, but we've got the Beatles coming up tomorrow, so please do us a favor and share that one. Spread the word. It's fun. It's a great one. And like Eric said, it's the Beatles' third third appearance in the 3324 podcast. So we can't have too much. We can't have too much Beatles really, but we are sprinkling it out. We're kind of peppering it out there. And Joseph has got the right idea. It's a great album. Even if it's not your favorite, it's definitely one of the top ones. So definitely check out our take on it. Yep. It was we recorded it in the morning, which was a different. Actually, when I was editing it, it sounded different too. It had a different vibe to it. It was the first time we ever did an episode in the morning. So that was kind of an interesting dynamic.
More awake. I think I was working on my 3rd cup of coffee during that episode. So yeah,
we were spry and alert, and not like drowsy and
Yeah.
But I've got one final one. This is easy peasy question. This game show teams up a celebrity and a civilian to guess the right word. This game show teams up a celebrity and a civilian to guess the right word. Match game? Could it be match game? Pyramid?
Password. Excuse me.
Actually, there are a couple of answers, but there's one specific that we're looking for. And the first correct answer was... Whoops, where did he go? Where did my right answer go? What the heck? Who's messing with this?
Correct. Joseph Vince, all are correct.
You win, and you win. It is password, which we had talked about before. Now, pyramid technically might be. Pyramid, you had to guess a word, but they would give you... they would get to say things over and over. In password, you only allowed to say one word to get the clue, and then if you didn't, it would go to the next one.
Right.
So if it was, if Eric was, if I was trying to get the, Eric to say the word pyramid, I'd be like Egypt, or he'd be like,
where in
King Tut, and he'd be like, no.
And then pyramid, you can go Egypt, Egypt. Come on, now, and you had to do what you had to get do it during a certain amount of time too.
Exactly, and then it would go back to the other team, and they had the benefit of hearing the other clue, and it would be like, tourist, pyramid. Yeah. Oh, you got it. So, yep. So password was good. Joseph saying everybody won. Everybody won. And you know what? Everybody did win because you showed up here tonight. And we appreciate you joining us as well. We're going to get to our favorite part is where we give away the prizes. I think we've got everybody on here. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That can't be right because we've got 10 people here. So who am I missing? Oh, Timmy, and Christy. I think that's everybody. So what we're going to do, how we do this is it's all above board. Everybody gets to see. I asked a question with multiple answers. No, that's right. But only one of the answers was right. I mean, I asked a question with multiple answers, but only one answer was the correct one. So
I don't know why. I could just see her face at this point, just be like.
So, to reiterate, tonight we're going to pick 3 winners tonight. So your chances have just increased by 1 extra because normally we do 2 prizes. So tonight you've got the opportunity to win your choice of one of the following jumbo card games. You could do Press Your Luck, which we didn't even talk about the whammy. And there was a documentary about this too, because one guy memorized all the patterns and was able to hit each prize at will. He studied he determined that there was like 8 or 10 or 12 patterns, whatever it was, studied them and was able to just go there and clean up. Anyway, you can press your luck with that show. We've got Deal or No Deal. You could choose that one. You could choose Jeopardy, or you could choose Wheel of Fortune. All these games are jumbo card games, but you also download the app as well, and that helps you, kind of buzz in or do your clues. So it's really fun for the family and everybody. So you'll get your choice of that. We're not gonna tell you which one you need to take. We'll give you your choice because that's how we roll. So let me put the wheel of names up, and we'll spin the wheel. And how it works is, if you're a winner, we cannot reach out. We can't contact you on Facebook. We can't message you because they think it's spamming if groups message people. So you'll have to reach out to us on our 3324 podcast Facebook group, not the page, but the group. Give us your address and we will get it shipped out to you directly. So that's how that works. So let's get the page set up here. Chrome tab. Wheel of Names, random name picker. I was a random nose picker when I was young.
TNA.
Okay, so everybody just verify that your name is on the wheel. Okay. And I think we've got everybody on there, but if you feel like you need to berate me for forgetting, by all means, take that opportunity now. Or if you just want to berate me for any other reason, do that now before we spin. Eric, how many shuffles we doing?
Sorry. Let's do 5.
5 shuffles.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is, for those that don't know, this is the official Dwight Burke Wheel of Names. Named as such because the guy has won so many times that at this point, I think the wheel is his. Or I think he's controlling it somehow, that he's hacking into my web browser and controlling it. So yeah, Sean Gray, this is the Showcase Showdown right here. So we're going to spin the wheel. Again, this is you're going to get your choice. So when you're the winner, if you want to put it in the chat and let everybody know what you select, you can let me know that way, or you just hit us up on our Facebook group page as well. So here we go. We are spinning for the jumbo card game of your choice of classic game shows. And the first winner is Ray Fry, hitting it again. Congrats, Ray. So let us know which card you would like. Sean is saying he's going to memorize the pattern of the Dwight Burke Wheel of Names because there's got to be some type of a pattern to it. So congratulations, Ray. Let us know which one you would like. So we're going to remove you from the wheel. Okay, that just means everybody got a better chance because once we got rid of someone, now there's less people on the wheel. You got a better shot at it. How many times you wanna mess this thing up? Shuffle it.
Let's do 10.
10?
Yeah.
Wow. That's the most we've ever done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, you can choose which game you want. Jeopardy, please. So Ray has chosen Jeopardy. So there's 1 for Jeopardy. Awesome.
Great. Congrats,
we will get
Ray.
that out to you directly. Ray, I have your information, so no need to reach out. Second prize winner. It's the same prize. It's not second prize, but another. There it is. Oh man, this looks bad.
What a fix.
Congratulations. And Christy's saying he wrote the wheel algorithm. Well, maybe he did. You know what? I got to see if this is coming from Hastings. Congratulations, Dwight. Let us know which game you would like. Press your luck, Deal or No Deal, Wheel of Fortune, or Jeopardy, and we will get that out to you directly. But as we do, we remove him. Now the last prize.
He's eliminated. Yeah.
It's rigged. It's rigged.
Yeah.
The last one, you have the best choice, best chance, because this is the fewest amount of people on the wheel. So actually, the last one, and since the prize is the same, it's not like, oh, I'm getting like the booby prize. You have a good chance of doing this. So Eric, how many shuffles would you like?
3.
Just 3.
Just 3.
Just 3. Dwight's going to press your luck. He's going to take the whammy.
Good choice. And congrats as always. As always, Dwight.
1, 2, 3. And here we go. The final spin for tonight's show. Christy's saying the jig is up. And Christy won. So that maybe the jig isn't up. Maybe it's not rigged, Christy, because you won.
Congrats, Christy.
Good luck. We're all counting on you. So, Christy, just let us know which game you would like as well. You can choose Press Your Luck, Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, or Deal or No Deal. So thank you, everybody. We appreciate that. That was fun, right? Mm-hmm. We will get those out to you pretty quickly. We're pretty good with the shipping, I think, right? I think we got that down.
Yeah,
we got that figured out.
I don't think we've had any problems with that.
No, we make Amazon do it. We leverage Amazon. Because I'm not driving to people's houses and dropping the stuff off. It's not happening.
Maybe Christmas time. Might.
If I keep going the way I'm going, I'm going to fit into a Santa suit. So there you go. Thank you, Vincent. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. It was a pleasure having you, and it was a pleasure having your. You know what? Tattletales did it for me. That put you over the top for me. Is getting the Tattletales question. That was a deep cut. So, Sweet Baby J. I guess that means Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Okay.
The big J.
So that's going to do it for us, I think, Eric, right? I think we had a lot of fun about talking about game shows. Mm-hmm. We were going to do board games and game shows, but I think game shows was enough. So we actually can go do board games at another time, not the next one, but we will absolutely do one about board games. But if you've got ideas for shows, let us know. And you know what? We've got space on the screen. You know, we've had Elizabeth Berg has been our one and only guest.
That's right.
We can absolutely have more guests. So if you want to come on and you think you could step into the ring with Eric and Apollo Creed, then come on in. We're ready for you. Living in America. It could be board games. What board games do what games do you really hate? That could absolutely be one. I know some people that absolutely hate certain games and they won't play them. They get, it gets too serious or gets, arguments start. There's absolutely like that, Ray, thank you guys. Ray. Good night.
Yep.
We appreciate it as well. Again, thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
please
Sean,
check out our episode tomorrow. The best thing you can do, you want to help us out, is share that episode on your timelines and your socials and your feeds. Help get the word out. If you like our episodes, then you probably have friends that like the same thing as well. If not, they'll just think you're weird and they'll like say it's spam. I hope they don't unfriend you. I don't think we do anything that they would unfriend you over, but hopefully they'll say, yeah, this was a good idea, and thank you for that. So for Eric, this has been Dean, and we will see you on the flip side.
You've been listening to the 3324 podcast with Dean Legiro and Eric Kuber. You can find us on your favorite podcast provider, so please like, subscribe, and rate to become a part of the 3324 family. Your feedback is important, so make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at 3324 podcast and on Twitter at 3324p to join the conversation.